Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another video again. I wanted to talk about the journey, right? I wanted to talk about just personal development, really, because I feel like that's a place that a lot of people are at right now. I feel like there's a shift that has been happening for the past few years, and now I feel like it's going into another shift. And there are a lot of people who are really starting to embark on their own personal development journeys and self-development journeys. And, if you live in the United States, you go to school for the first 18 years of your life, and then you're let loose, and it's just like, okay, be free, think for yourself. And it's just kind of like super counterintuitive to everything that you've been indoctrinated to know. But I feel like a lot of people, around my age and even younger too, are starting to realize that there's a journey that you have to go on. There's a path that you have to walk, and that path is not clear cut. And so I just want to share some insights about my journey and what I've been going through. I'm not going to get into the full details of it, honestly, because I don't feel like it. But the main point that I want to make is that it's like a funnel, right? So when I first started this self-development, personal development journey, I feel like I was everywhere. I feel like it was like I was just getting bombarded with messages of like love, light, laughter, write down your goals, come up with a routine. And it was just like, I would stick to it for a little bit and then I would fall off, stick to it for a little bit, fall off. And I'm really starting to actually study and learn about why that is. And again, I'm not going to get into the full reason why. That's just a completely different video. Or there are videos on YouTube that you can look at. But I wanna kinda talk about the place where I'm at now, and it's that I feel like in the beginning when it was, a funnel, it's very broad, and then it kinda comes down into a niche, or it kinda comes down into, you know, something that's more specific. I feel like I'm at that point now where it's like I'm going away from the broad, and I'm coming down to, what it is that I really need to learn and what it is that I really need to know in order to move forward. And I feel like with that came discipline. And my discipline does have a long way to go in certain areas, of course. However, I do feel like based off of where I was in the beginning of my personal development journey, just to give y'all a tiny bit of background, I was depressed. I was 265 pounds. So I was like 55 pounds heavier than I am right now. I would not shower, brush my teeth, make my bed. I had no routine. I had no barely any will to live. And I feel like in the beginning when I was trying to turn a new leaf and I was trying to do better and get in the gym and be consistent, I just felt almost overwhelmed with the amount of work that I had to do and overwhelmed with the amount of things that I didn't know, right? So it seemed like in every direction that I went, it was like, okay, personal. Okay, professional. I need to have professional goals and career goals and how do I want to make money? What do I want to do? Okay, I need to be a better friend. Okay, I need to be a better family member. Okay, I want to go to the gym. Okay, I've never been to the gym before, like for real in the past few years. So I need to learn how to do the exercises and I need to learn about health and diet. And do I need to have protein? Do I need to eat meat? Like, it just felt like an overload to the point where a lot of the times I would just kind of skip or I would give up on myself or I would try to cut corners because I'm like, this is too much. Like, I feel like I'm kind of just in the wind. I'm not really, there's no, there's a direction. I know that I want to do better than I'm doing now, but it's just like everything was so broad. I didn't know how to hone it in and tunnel it in. Now, I feel like I am there's little I hate to use the word trigger just because it's so overused, but you are going to get triggered on this journey and it's going to lead you down the path that you need to go, if that makes sense, right? I started with reading books and I started with just going on walks daily and building up that discipline. And now I can look back and connect the dots, like how Steve Jobs says, he said, you can only connect the dots looking backwards. You can't connect the dots looking forward. So now I feel like I'll look back or I'll think about how I got here and how I learned certain information or got led to certain information. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it makes sense," you know? But before in the beginning of my journey when I would listen to different podcasts and listen to different people talk or like motivational speakers or people who are even really successful doing things that I wanted to do, sometimes it felt like they were speaking in another language. And I'm just like, what are you like, they would say like, come up with a routine and get like literally all the stuff that I was hearing in the beginning. And I was just like, it wasn't clicking, but now it's like it's clicking, like it's really clicking. And it's like they're not even the things that I'm listening to, it's not even like different from what it was before. It's just that my perspective has changed. You know what I'm saying? Like my energy, my frequency has changed. So it's just really interesting. Like, I'm pretty much saying all of this to say that the journey is uniquely yours and that in the beginning it's okay to like want to emulate somebody else. And this is just me. Somebody, might have different opinions, but I feel like in the beginning it's okay to emulate others that you want to be like. But there will be a point where it's like you're going to split off. You're going to be like, okay, this isn't really me. This isn't what like I'm inspired by this person. I admire them for doing what they're doing, but or like, whatever this piece of material or what I'm learning and studying, but you're like, there's something more here that I need to figure out. There's something more here that I want to do. There's something like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's you're gonna run into something, you're gonna read a line in a book, or you're gonna see a photo or an article or hear a podcast, and you're gonna be like, this is what I've been looking for, and it's going to then lead you onto another path, into another journey. And it's just like that cycle is like never ending, like there's so much to learn and know. And apparently people say that we can't know everything, but I want to definitely. I debate that. I really do think that we don't give ourselves credit for what we can truly accomplish. Um, so that was just my really long roundabout way of saying, don't give up. If you're feeling overwhelmed, or if you're just like, oh my gosh, like every day it's something, or it's like it's too much, like we've been there. Trust me, we have all been there and we know. And I'm not even gonna give advice like take a step back or like break up your time, or it's so the journey is so unique. Like literally people can tell you one thing and it might help you for the point that you're at, or at, within the timeline that you're on, but you might jump timelines or you might jump frequencies. And now the thing that helped you out so much in the beginning doesn't help you out as much anymore, not in a bad way, but it's like you've moved on to the next level. You're moving on to the next thing, if that makes sense. So if you're feeling like upset or overwhelmed, or you're just like, man, I can't get this right, like, or it's just too much, like I'm telling you, just keep going, take a step back, try different things too. Don't get so caught up in, well, the Pomodoro method. If I'm working on a project, then I need to do 20 minutes off and then I need to work for an hour. And give yourself some grace. Like, don't think that everything is gonna be perfect. Don't think that, you have to follow things to a T. Make it your own. You know what I'm saying? There's so many methods and things that I took from people who are very successful, and what they did worked for me in the beginning, and now it's like, I can't even do it. And it's not in a bad way, but I just had to kind of like adjust and make it so that now it works for me. You know what I'm saying? Because you are uniquely you, they are uniquely them, and I am uniquely me. So it's exciting stuff. Like, don't give up. I'm really smiling and happy just because honestly, like, I feel where you are. If you're watching this video and you can resonate, it's like I'm here right now. Like I kind of feel that, right? And I feel myself opening up to like different pathways. And I feel myself, like I said, connecting the dots. And I'm just like, dang, like feels good to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna come to a moment where you're just like, wow, like I'm glad that I didn't give up. I'm glad that I didn't go back. And let me tell you, honey, you can't go back too. That's another video for another day. But really, once you learn or once you know, it's like you can't go back. You could try to go back, but you're gonna like you won't stay where you're at for long. Trust me. You're gonna the only way to go is up, and you know that, So yeah. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like I said, I really think that sometimes you have to hear something in a certain way at a certain time from a certain person in order for it to click. So hopefully this clicked with one of you guys, okay? All right, I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.